Hello students, welcome back. So today we are going to start another topic of chapter 3 Plant Kingdom. So here we will start with the third one, that is Pteridophyta. Earlier we have covered about the Thallophyta or Thallophytes, Bryophytes. Here we will start with the Tridophyta or Tridophytes. So here what are the general characteristics of the Pteridophyta? So before going to the topic, we must know that what is the name of that study under which we will start the study of pteridophytes. So the study of pteridophytes known as pteridology, right? Another important thing about the pteridophytes that these are the reptiles of plant kingdom, as we have done in case of bryophytes. Bryophytes is the amphibians of the plant kingdom. So likewise we have given the name reptiles to the plant pteridophytes, but of plant kingdom. Okay, so here we will understand the reason why we have given this name to the pteridophytes. So one by one we will start with the general characteristics of the pteridophytes. In all the divisions, what we are studying? We are studying about the habitat. Habitat is what? Where they can live. So here if we talk about the pteridophytes, so they prefer to grow in cool, damp and shady places. Okay. Earlier in case of bryophytes, what happened that they also lived in the cool and dampy places. But here along with this habitat, what they have started more towards the land, as we have discussed in case of bryophytes. Okay, so what we said there, that life originates from the aquatic and slightly they are moving towards the land. हमने क्या कहा था कि during the course of evolution, जैसे जैसे evolution होगा तो क्या होगा, जो lower से higher organisms हैं, तो lower organism where they can be found in water areas, और धीरे धीरे ये कहाँ की तरफ मूव करते हैं, ये लैंड की तरफ मूव करते हैं. सो इन थैलोफाइटा मोस्टली दे वर द एक्वेटिक, देन इन ब्रायोफाइटा धीरे धीरे वो कहाँ की तरफ आए, लैंड की तरफ. बट अगेन दे आर डिपेंडेंट ऑन द what? They are dependent on the water. But when you will talk about the pteridophyta, they are again moved towards the land. अब pteridophytes कहाँ से इवॉल्व हुए हैं? ब्रायोफाइट से. तो ये कहाँ की तरफ मूव करेंगे? लैंड की तरफ मूव करेंगे. But that's why we said that first terrestrial plant. Now the question arises that bryophytes also move towards the land. Why we are not saying that they are the first terrestrial plants? Why? Because they are not having proper or they are not having true root stems and leaves. Bryophytes क्या हुए? लैंड की तरफ आ तो गए, लेकिन उनमें क्या नहीं थे? ट्रू stems और true leaves नहीं थे. And due to this we said that these pteridophytes are the first terrestrial plants. Right? And bryophytes is what? Bryophytes, we said these were the amphibians of plant kingdom. Why? Because these are the first plant which move towards the land, but they are dependent on the water for their fertilization. So now here we were talking about the habitat. So they are the first terrestrial plants, and another point, as we are saying, they also require water for the fertilization. Then another question arises that why we are not saying that these are also the amphibians of plant kingdom? Because the bryophytes are the one which came earlier. जो पहले आए, जो water पे dependent है fertilization के लिए, वो कौन थे? Bryophytes. But in case of pteridophytes, they are dependent on water, but they require very less water for their fertilization. इनको ज़्यादा पानी की ज़रूरत नहीं होती है fertilization की. Even they can fertilize with a thin film of water. Okay, and these comes later if we talk about the bryophytes. Bryophytes के बाद में आए, इसीलिए हमने इनको amphibians नहीं कहा. Okay, so we can conclude that they can live in cool, shady regions, as well as they are the first terrestrial plant, and they can fertilized with the help of water, right? Another important thing, vascular cryptograms. See, as in our first class, we have discussed or we have classified the plant kingdom in different divisions, right? And out of them, we have classified on the basis of the flowering plants as well as non-flowering or seedless or seedful plant. So on the basis of that, we have categorized into two, what are they? Cryptograms and phanerograms. Okay, so if we talk about the Thallophyta or Bryophyta or Pteridophyta, they all three comes under the cryptogamy. What are they? Cryptogamy. It means that they are not having proper flowering, and if there will be no flowering, what will happen? There will be no formation of seed. So that's why we said these are the seedless one, right? But why we have used this term vascular cryptogams? Because these are having vascular bundles or vascular tissues. This is the distinct feature of the pteridophytes. Thallophyta, Bryophyta में क्या थे? नहीं थे प्रॉपर रूट स्टेम्स लीव्स तो नहीं थे. ट्रू रूट स्टेम्स लीव्स were absent, as well as the vascular tissues are also absent in case of Thallophyta and Bryophyta. But in case of Pteridophyta, what happens? These vascular tissue develops in their plants, because that's why we are saying that they are having the true root stems and leaves. And what is the function of these true root stems and leaves? We said that in case of roots, they can conduct water and minerals from the soil, and if they will if they will uptake water, so what they will do? They will conduct these water and minerals throughout the plant body. And what is this thing which is responsible for the conduction? These are the xylem and phloem, because xylem and phloem are the conducting tissue of a plant. ओके हम क्या कह रहे हैं कि टेरिडोफाइट्स में क्या स्टार्ट हो गए हैं? इसमें वैस्कुलर टिश्यू ग्रो करने स्टार्ट हो गए हैं, विच वर एब्सेंट, जो कि क्या किसमें एब्सेंट थे? थैलोफाइटा और ब्रायोफाइटा में एब्सेंट थे, इसीलिए वो वाटर कंडक्शन नहीं कर पा रहे थे. ओके, इफ देयर विल बी नो वाटर कंडक्शन, उनकी हाइट नहीं बढ़ेगी. दैट्स व्हाई द थैलोफाइटा एंड ब्रायोफाइटा, दे आर नॉट द बिगर प्लांट्स. Okay, from here you can see that plants height are also increasing, or we can say that primary growth is there, right? So vascular cryptogams means they are having the vascular tissues as well as they are the cryptogams. It means that these are the seedless one. Okay, as well as we have discussed that they are having vascular tissue, that is xylem and phloem. Now if you will talk about the vascular tissue of pteridophytes and the later on the gymnosperm or angiosperm, so what is the difference? यहाँ पर vascular tissue develop तो हो गए हैं, still some thing is missing here in case of pteridophytes. What is it? If you see the xylem of pteridophytes, they are having without vessels. Vessels are absent. As well as in phloem, they are without of the companion cells. Okay, so we will study all about it in case of gymnosperm and angiosperm also. So in your 9th grade, you must have studied about these xylem and phloem, how they are functioning. So these are the part of that one. Okay, so here what we have discussed, that they are the cryptogams and they are having the vascular tissue, and this is the feature of the pteridophytes. यही से क्या है, ये distinct feature start हुआ है. क्यों? As due to the evolution. Evolution जैसे जैसे बढ़ेगा वैसे वैसे क्या होगा, उनमें ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा complicated structure develop होंगी. Okay. Another important thing is main plant body. If we will talk about the life cycle of the pteridophytes, then life cycle can be what? It can be followed by sporophyte as well as gametophyte. So here in case of pteridophytes, the main plant body is sporophyte. Now if I will compare this main plant body with the bryophytes, we have done that the main plant body was gametophyte, right? And if it is a sporophyte, it means that it will bear spores. As we have done, gametophyte develop gametes and sporophyte forms spores. Okay, and the main plant body is what? It is diploid. Okay, so the main plant body of pteridophytes are diploid and they are differentiated, and we said that main plant body is differentiated into true root, stems and leaves. So here this main plant body is sporophyte and these are differentiated into true root, stems and leaves. Right? Now here again if you will see the structure of this sporophyte, अगर आप स्पोरोफाइट का स्ट्रक्चर देखेंगे तो उसमें क्या दिखेंगे? एंड वी नो दैट द फंक्शन ऑफ स्पोरोफाइट इज बेयरिंग द स्पोर्स. स्पोरोफाइट का काम क्या है? स्पोर्स को बेयर करना. तो वेयर दीज स्पोर्स विल फॉर्म? दीज स्पोर्स कैन बी फॉर्म्ड इन लीव्स एज वेल एज इन स्ट्रोबेलाइज, और इन सिंगुलर वी कैन से स्ट्रोबेलाई. राइट? स्पोर्स कहाँ डेवलप होंगे? या तो लीव्स में होंगे या फिर स्ट्रोबेलस में होंगे. Okay, so if we'll talk about the leaves of the pteridophytes, they can be of two types. What are they? The leaves can be small or the leaves can be large. Okay, so here we are talking about the general characteristics, but when we will specifically talk about the examples of these one, so we can relate that what types of leaves are there. Okay, so leaves can be small and leaves can be large. And when these leaves are small, this term is known as microsporophyll. Okay, and when the leaves will be large, it is known as megasporophyll. And what is the example of microsporophyll? Those plants, those are having small leaves. These are the Selaginella, and those are having the large leaf. These are the Dryopteris. And we know that Dryopteris is what? It is fern. आपने फर्न देखा होगा, उसकी लीव्स कैसी होती है? बड़ी बड़ी होती है, लार्ज होती है. ओके, एंड दिस स्पोरोफिल इज फॉर्म्ड वेयर? इन दिस स्पोरोफाइट. स्पोरोफिल क्या है? लीव्स हैं, और जो कहाँ डेवलप हो रही हैं? मेन प्लांट बॉडी में हो रही है, और मेन प्लांट बॉडी क्या है आपकी? स्पोरोफाइट. राइट? As well as these spores can be formed in this strobilus. And what is the strobilus? Strobilus is also a compact leaf structure. ये strobilus कैसे बना है? जब leaves क्या हो जाएंगी? Compactly arranged हो जाएंगी, and this compactly arranged leaves will form a cone-like structure. Okay, एक ऐसा structure बना देंगे, cone-like structure, which is known as strobilus. Right? So it is written here, spore bearing leaves compactly arranged. अब इन स्ट्रोबिलस के अंदर क्या होंगे? स्पोर्स होंगे. Okay, an example is Selaginella. So we can say that Selaginella having the strobilus as well as they are having small leaves. Okay, now comes to the spores. Because it is a sporophyte, so it will bear some spores. So the spores can again be of two types. What are they? Homosporous and heterosporous. The name itself indicates the homosporous is what? In which we are having same types of spores. But in case of heterosporous, the spores can be of two types. What are they? These can be microspores as well as megaspores. Right? So see what will happen. जैसे जैसे एवोल्यूशन होगा from the lower to higher organism, what happens? I said there will be some complicated structure. So this heterosporous or heterospory is showing the starting for the next division. What if we'll talk about the gymnosperm or angiosperm? They are having different types of spores, or they are having different types of gametes. Okay, so हाउ इट इज स्टार्टिंग? कहाँ से स्टार्ट हुआ है? हेट्रोस्पोर से, क्योंकि हेट्रोस्पोर से ही शुरुआत किसकी हो गई है? मेल गैमेट्स की और फीमेल गैमेट्स की, और मेल स्पोर्स और फीमेल स्पोर्स. बट इफ विल टॉक जनरली अबाउट द टेरिडोफाइट्स, दे आर मोस्टली होमोस्पोरस. कैसे होते हैं ये? ज़्यादातर होमोस्पोरस होते हैं. Now another point is show alternation of generation. Alternation of generation means that diploid to haploid, haploid to diploid, or gametophyte to sporophyte, sporophyte to gametophyte. ये क्या करते हैं? अपनी generation को alternately change करते हैं. So here I have shown this flow chart, so you can understand very well with the help of this flow chart that how they are altering their sporophyte to gametophyte as well as gametophyte to sporophyte. So let's quickly revise all about it, which we have done here. We know that the sporophyte life start from where? Sporophyte. Sporophyte is a main plant body. Sporophyte क्या है? Main plant body है which is diploid, which is having two sets of, or we can say diploid. They are diploid in nature. Okay, and sporophyte having proper root, stems and leaves. इसी स्पोरोफाइट वो है जिसमें क्या होंगी? सारी की सारी रूट, स्टेम्स और लीव्स होंगी. राइट? Add it out to here. So this sporophyte contains sporophylls. स्पोरोफाइट में क्या मैंने बताया था कि रूट्स होंगी, स्टेम्स होंगी और लीव्स होंगी. सो these leaves are known as sporophylls. लीव्स को हम क्या कहेंगे? स्पोरोफिल्स, which is again diploid because it's a part of sporophyte, main plant body. So these leaves are known as sporophylls. In this sporophylls, they contains sporangia. अगर आप leaves, if you will see the lower part of the leaves bear so many sporangia. लीव्स के नीचे के सरफेस में अगर आप देखेंगे तो आपको क्या दिखाई देंगी? बहुत सारे स्पोरेंजिया. Okay, or we can say sporangia. So these sporangia contains what? These contain the spores. So before that they will form spore mother cells. These spore mother cells give rise to the spores. So here these spore mother cells are diploid in nature because it is forming from the sporangia which is present at the base of the leaves, that is sporophyll. So these spore mother cells, with the help of meiosis, it will form the spores, and we know that spores are always haploid. हमें पता है spores क्या होते हैं? Haploid होते हैं. And अगर हमें diploid से किसी चीज को haploid बनानी है, so we said that what type of division will take place? Meiosis. As meiosis is a reductional division. So due to this, what will happen? This diploid will change into the haploid. Right? So now this spore, when it will get germinate, it will form what? It will form gametophyte. At the gametophyte of the pteridophyte, it is known as prothallus. So it is a distinct feature of the pteridophytes that they are having prothallus gametophyte. Okay, अब क्या हुआ? हमारे पास स्टार्ट कहाँ से होता है? स्पोरोफाइट से, विच वाज, जो कि क्या था? डिप्लॉइड था. डिप्लॉइड से हमने में क्या थे? स्पोर बियरिंग पार्ट्स थे विच इज नोन एज स्पोरेंजियम. स्पोरेंजियम ने स्पोर प्रोड्यूस करे जो कि हैप्लॉइड हो गए. हैप्लॉइड, इट विल फॉर्म द गैमेटोफाइट. नाउ दिस गैमेटोफाइट और प्रोथैलस, इट इज हैप्लॉइड एंड दिस इज वेरी शॉर्ट लिव्ड. जो ये गैमेटोफाइट या फिर प्रोथैलस है वो क्या होंगे? बहुत शॉर्ट लिव्ड होंगे, यानी कि बहुत कम समय के लिए बनेंगे. वाइल इफ विल कंपेयर विद द स्पोरोफाइट, दीज आर द डोमिनेंट फेज, यानी कि ज्यादा आपको क्या दिखाई देंगे? डिप्लॉइड. द प्लांट और these pteridophytes are mostly in which condition? In the gametophytic condition. In the sporophytic condition. Okay, but that's why we said it is a dominant phase. Now if you compare this one, gametophyte, it is prothallus. Prothallus means, as we have discussed, thallus in thallophyta or bryophyta, वहाँ पे भी अपने थैलस की बात की थी. यहाँ पे जो प्रोथैलस होगा वो भी क्या होगा? थैलस लाइक स्ट्रक्चर, जो कि क्या होगा? बहुत कम समय के लिए बनेगा. एंड दे आर ऑल्सो हैविंग सम राइजोइड लाइक स्ट्रक्चर. सो हियर आई हैव रिटन इट इज प्रिमिटिव और इट इज शॉर्ट लिव्ड एंड इनकॉन्स्पिकुअस. ओके, नाउ as it will form this prothallus, it will form gametes, and we know that what is the function of this gametophyte? Gametophyte का काम क्या होता है? Gametes बनाना. And what type of gamete it will form? Male gamete as well as female gamete, same as we have done in case of bryophytes. So this prothallus will give rise to the formation of gametes, and gametes are what? The male gamete as well as female gamete. So the male gamete, it is known as antheridia, and the female gamete, it is known as archegonia. And this antheridia will give rise to anthrozoids and archegonia will give rise to egg. When these two will form here, both are in haploid, because we know that spores are always haploid. When there will be fusion of these anthrozoids and egg, they will form zygote. And zygote is what? Zygote is a diploid structure, because we know that the main plant body of the pteridophyte, it is diploid. हमें क्या करना है? Again it will form diploid, then only it can form this sporophyte. Okay, अगर ये diploid नहीं होगा तो what will happen? This haploid will not form any pteridophytes, because what is the nature of the pteridophytes? They are diploid. So when they will get fused, they will form zygote, and after further development it will form embryo, which is 2n. And here what is happening? 2n changes into 2l. Okay, so what is happening? There is an equational division, and that's why we are saying with the help of mitosis, the zygote will transform into embryo, and this embryo will form a sporophyte again. Okay, so this is the whole life cycle of what? Of the pteridophytes, in which the sporophytic as well as gametophytic generation are alternating with each other. And here I have shown with this dotted line that the above part is what? It is a sporophytic part as well as it is a gametophytic. Okay, and the sporophytic, it is dominant one, as well as this gametophytic is not dominant. And the sporophyte producing spores and gametophyte producing gametes, as well as sporophyte is diploid in nature and gametophyte is haploid in nature. So this is 3 points about the sporophyte as well as gametophyte. Now one more important thing, in case of bryophyte, we have done that sporophyte, okay, so the sporophyte which is developing into the gametophyte, and they are dependent on the gametophyte. अगर आप बात करोगे ब्रायोफाइट्स की, वहाँ पे क्या हो रहा था? स्पोरोफाइट गैमेटोफाइट पे क्या था? डिपेंडेंट था फॉर देयर न्यूट्रिशन. बट हियर द स्पोरोफाइट इज नॉट डिपेंडेंट ऑन द गैमेटोफाइट. Okay, so they can develop independently. In starting they will take nutrition, but after some time it will form a new one, and they can develop independently. They can perform photosynthesis by themselves. So we can say they are independent on, they are independent, sporophytes are independent if we compare with the bryophytes. Okay, so this is the general characteristics which we have covered today. In the next section we will continue with the pteridophytes with some more examples, with some more life cycles. Okay, and one more important thing we discussed here, reptiles of plant kingdom. Reptiles means that if we'll talk about the animal kingdom, reptiles were the land dwellers. Okay, पहली बार जो लैंड में रहे, those are known as reptiles. They can live in water also, but mostly they are land dwellers. Same in case of pteridophytes if we'll talk. So here these are also the true plants which can survive on the land. ठीक है, pteridophytes क्या थे? जो कि क्या हुए? लैंड की तरफ मूव हुए, और they are successful to grow there because they are having proper vascular system. Due to this they can develop true roots, stems and leaves. Okay, so that's all for today. Thank you.